October 21st, 1345, southwest France. 7,000 French soldiers had taken off their armor. Dinner was on the fire. Wine was flowing. The English garrison they'd been besieging for weeks was starving behind its walls. Finished. Everyone agreed. Just a matter of time. No one was watching the tree in. That was their first mistake. In the shadows, 1,200 English and Gascon soldiers stood in dead silence, outnumbered 6-1. By all rules of medieval warfare, stepping out of those woods was pure suicide, a death sentence. But their 35-year-old commander, Henry of Gromer, saw something the French didn't. How do you destroy an army 6 times your size without a massive siege? This is Oberose. Welcome to Britain's history. Ober is a forgotten masterpiece of aggressive warfare. But to understand why Henry risked his entire force in a suicidal 6-1 night attack, we need to know what England was actually fighting for in southwest France. And if you're enjoying this deep dive into medieval history, make sure you're subscribed. Let's go back to 1337, when the H100 Red Years' War officially began. Edward III of England claimed the French throne through his mother Isabella, daughter of Philip IV of France. The French rejected the claim under Salic law and crowned Philip VI of Valois instead. Edward's response was to declare himself king of France and commence hostilities. But this wasn't simply dynastic quarreling. Gascony, the region of southwest France centered on Bordeaux, was English territory. Had been for 2 centuries since Eleanor of Aquitaine brought it to the English crown as part of her marriage to Henry II. And Gascon wasn't just politically important. It was financially essential. The wine trade flowing through Bordeaux generated more customs revenue for the English crown than almost any other single source. 80,000 tons of wine per year. Ships coming and going constantly. A commercial lifeline that the English monarchy depended upon. By 1345, that lifeline was under serious threat. French forces had spent years squeezing the English position in Aquitaine, capturing key towns, installing garrisons, and steadily reducing English-controlled territory to a narrow coastal strip. Périgueux, Berserk, Larola. One by one, the strategic points were falling. The French plan was methodical, and if not interrupted, would eventually strangle English Gascony entirely. Edward III saw this clearly. In the spring of 1345, he devised an ambitious 3-pronged offensive against France. 1 force to Brittany, 1 to Normandy under the king himself, and a 3rd to Gasconany. For Gasconany, Edward chose his cousin Henry of Grosmont, Earl of Derby, and gave him sweeping powers as king's lieutenant. The instruction Edward gave Henry was memorable in its simplicity. If war comes, do the best you can. Henry proceeded to do exactly that. He was 35 years old in 1345 and already one of the most experienced soldiers in England. He had fought in Scotland, witnessed the catastrophic failures of poorly organized campaigns, and drawn the correct lessons. He had no patience for the slow, grinding siege warfare that characterized so much of medieval campaigning. Instead, Henry believed in speed. Strike before the enemy can concentrate. Keep moving. Give them no time to prepare. He was also, unusually for a nobleman of his era, an intellectual.